What's good, YouTube? Welcome to the Life of Mari Peace Over Everything podcast. We are back with episode 2 of the podcast. Hope you guys are excited. Before we get into this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this video. And another thing, follow me on all social medias if you haven't already. Those of you who are new, welcome to the podcast. I do want to say I have more and more content coming, so please stay tuned. I have a lot of great content coming, you guys. You guys just don't even understand. I'm doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I do have a everyday life that I have to live, but like I have a lot of stuff planned. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It is early in the morning, so if I look rough or if I look crazy, like I'm sorry. I feel like I just focus better in the morning time. I feel like my mind is more clear when I wake up and I just feel like blessed, highly favored. I feel good. So I think it's just better for me to record early in the morning. And I also had my hood on at first, but I took it off because I was like, you know what? We don't need another sad video. We don't need another, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want people to think I'm sad. I really didn't want people to think I was sad in the last video. It's just I had to step in a space of, a space I was once in to be able to kind of like express myself the right way and share my story. Speaking of story, we're going to be following up from the last podcast video. We're going to be talking about some different kind of things on this episode. But yeah, I'm just want to say like I'm very, very thankful for everybody just tuning in, supporting me, people who have reached out to me, and just like I didn't know you were going through that. I really didn't do that video based off of me wanting sympathy because I'm moved on. Like I'm farther than that. I'm not in that space anymore. But it does feel nice that people care about me and people like have a heart. So instead of drinking wine on this episode, we have some coffee. We're gonna switch it up. I'm a big coffee drinker for those who know me in real life. Love coffee down. I haven't had hot coffee since like it's been cold outside, and it's like now like summertime pretty much. So I haven't had coffee in a minute, like hot coffee, anyways. But anyway, so we're gonna be following up from the last video. I think it's kind of important to just follow up with it and not just go straight into something else. But I just really wanted to share my story, share it the right way. I didn't really feel like it was necessary to go into full blown details because I didn't think it was worth it. Um, but yeah, during that time, I think really in that video I was saying like a lot of my close friends and a lot of people around me couldn't really help me, and I didn't really it wasn't really talking about anybody specifically. It was just more so like people couldn't help me, like honestly, like I just really, especially when I moved away, y'all, like I know it was my decision, it was my life making choice to move 7 hours away. I'm very much aware of that. But it really woke me up when I did because it just like I had no choice but to wipe my own tears. I had no choice but to be there for myself. Like, yeah, people was calling me and checking in on me from a distance, yes, and I really appreciate that to this day. But overall, like people don't live with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you have your own life, people have their own life. So I didn't really even expect people to like, bow down to me and make sure I was good. I just know at the end of the day, I had to pick myself up. I had to wipe my own tears. Like even months later, even like the first clip that I posted in that video, that was in November. And like I was still like going through shit. Like I was still like, you know what I'm saying? It was just tough for me. It was very tough. Stuff is what it is. But I really want to say though, like if I'm ever looking off to the side or looking around, I promise you there's nobody else in the room and I'm not like reading a script or anything. It's just my anxiety is so bad that I don't even feel like sometimes my confidence be there. So that's why I said at the end of the video, like please bear with me. Like I'm working on myself still. I'm still trying to build my confidence back up, my self-esteem back up. So please just bear with me. But today though, I do have like a notepad right here. This is the first time I've ever did this, but I think I have this just so I can, touch on the right stuff. But everything that I said in the last video, like it was just heart. It just came from the heart. It just came from me, like But I was looking off because it was just sensitive. Like it was just tough. But I do notice that like I'm good at multitasking, but like I be forgetting that I have like something to drink right here. So this is the coffee that we're gonna be, sipping on. So, if you guys want to sip, like, I guess get something to drink, sit with me, get some tea, get some coffee. I don't know what time you guys are gonna be watching this, but I know it's early in the morning for me. So, ooh, that's good. Ooh, y'all like my mug? Coffee is my love language. Ooh. That was good. I feel good. Yes. I'm blessed to be here, guys. I'm very highly favored. I really want to showcase, like I know I'm like all over the place right now, y'all, but this is like my podcast, so I guess I could be all over the place. Peace over everything. Like that title holds a lot of weight. Like just think about it, peace over everything. Like I just came up with that title because, I just had to learn that like how 2025 was for me, I had to learn to really just put myself first and regain a peace of mind, my peace of mind, like peace over everything. Like it ain't nothing like peace. It ain't nothing like peace, y'all. Like peace is everything. Like you need peace. You really need peace. Like for real. I ain't even trying to be funny, but you do. Um, but I wanted to touch bases on like grief, acceptance, letting go, healing, growth. Those are the five things that I wrote down. And I think those are all like important, especially like following up from our last, video. So I really want to talk about grief. Grief is such a really like tough thing to deal with, a tough thing to go through. I'm sure anybody who's watching this has lost somebody in their life, whether that be like, actually somebody passing away, or whether that be a friend, a relationship, somebody close in their life. Like grief can be in all types of forms. It could be friendships, relationships, actually family members. It could be anybody, anything. Grief is very, very hard. It's very, very hard. And I think, I've lost a family member before, and I was really young, and it was my great grandma. And oh, y'all, I hope I don't tear up. And one thing I want to say before like continuing, y'all, like I'm a Cancer. Cancers are very, very like in tune with their emotions, and I used to be called sensitive when I was younger, growing up and stuff, but I really am sensitive, and like I think I'm okay with that. Like I'm really okay with being sensitive. Like I'm very in tune with my emotions, and it's like I cry over every little thing. Like I don't know, like I'm just such a empathetic person, and that's what my therapist told me. Like I am like a true empath, and narcissists attract to empaths. They attract to good people, so that's why I even encountered with that situation from the get go. I have a good heart, But anyways, yeah, my great grandmother was the first, close person in my life that I lost. And I was just very aware of it. And, she was just the sweetest lady. Like, I love her. I love her so much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I cannot be crying right here. Uh, the sweetest soul. Like, I remember me and my cousins was at my great grandma's house. We would always go there, like, for every function, 4th of July, whatever, Christmas. And we was just asking my great grandma and my great granddad, like, back in the day? Like, did y'all experience like any type of things back in the day? Like, the whole like, MLK movement and stuff that was going on back in the day. Like, like how was that for y'all? Like, and I was just asking her questions. I was just curious, like, how were you growing up? Like, how was your childhood growing up? I was just curious because it's like they obviously grew up in a different time of life than we are. So it's just different. But anyways, back to grief. I'm quick to get sidetracked, y'all. But back to grief. Yeah. So just other than like my great grandmother, me having to grieve that, like that really hurt me. But then just fast forward to like actually having to grieve a relationship. That's stuff that people don't prepare you for. And it's a real thing. Um, Throughout the whole like relationship that I went through, y'all, the hardest thing for me, I would say, was accepting it. Like just accepting the reality of it and letting go. Because like honestly, it's really, really hard to let something go, especially when you care, especially when you love deeply and you're like a empath, you're an empathetic person and you just don't even want to let it go. Like you want to try and try and try to make it work. And I think that's what I was doing. I was trying, even when I knew it wasn't getting me nowhere, even though I knew it was bringing me down, I just still wanted to try because it's like I always want to give people second chances. And I think it's important to give people second chances, but sometimes it's not worth giving people second chances. Some people don't deserve a second chance. And also, you have to believe people the first time. Like when the first time they show you a red flag, the first time they disrespect you, you have to believe it. You have to make them stand on what they did. Um, So yeah, grief, acceptance, letting go. I of course had to grieve the process, and I think it was really really hard for me to accept reality because it's like I was just so devastated. I was just so like confused. One thing about a narcissist, they're in your head. It's all about your head. Like it's like they have control over your head. They have control over your emotions, and that's why like in November, like I still was crying. Like I had to wake up and like just really talk to myself, like Mari, like the narcissist is still controlling you. Like yes, it's okay to cry, but like what are you crying for? Like what are we still sad for? Like at the end of the day, it's his loss. It's that person's loss. It's not your loss. You're healthy. Like you can move on. You can heal. But that person is ultimately have to deal with the consequences behind that. Like they left you in a very messy situation and moved right on. Like I was just so like I just never had that happen. So I think I was just so like shocked. Like how could somebody just move on within a second? But it's like, that's what they do. They don't know how to be alone. And if it's one thing about me, I literally love to be alone. Like I crave to be alone. I love my own space. I just love that. So, just it was really just hard accepting the reality behind it because of how it all played out and how much I was manipulated and like just I guess mind fucked. Like I guess that's the right word. But then letting go, like I think once I got in a space of just letting it go, it really really helped me. It helped me in the healing stage of it all. And then you have growth. I think like me moving away, y'all, I think it was just really, I knew it would grow me even more. But just think about it. Like think about going through a really really like bad breakup and then you move away like all at the same time. Like that's a lot. That's a lot. um and then not to mention, y'all, I didn't mention this in the last video, but I had hell on my job. Like job that I transferred down here, one of my jobs, well, I transferred both my jobs down here, but one of them was like hell on earth. Like I'm talking about I was going through so much at the job. I was working like 80 hours a week, 16-hour shifts. My body was just exhausted. I was not eating. Like my appetite was just all over the place because I was working like it would be days or times shifts where I would work like 2 p.m. and wouldn't get off to like 4 a.m. the next day or 6 a.m. the next day. Like it was bad. It was bad. So just not to mention all of that. But yeah, I think the thing about me though was I really just wanted to step out and just kind of like venture off. I think that was the last straw for me, and I think moving away really, really did it for me. Like I think it was a good move. Like I don't regret it to this day, even though like my first 6 months here was hell. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It was hell. It was hell. But I had to, just power through it. And I'm just, just looking back on things now, I will say that like my strength is my superpower. And I'm just glad like, I had the strength to move 7 hours away and just get, in a new place, new environment. But like healing is very messy. Like I said in the last video, it's very messy. It's not gonna happen overnight. And I guess like just I'm saying all of this to say to just really help anybody. Like if you go through something like I had to go through, like I actually have a friend who, was telling me about like her story and stuff like that, close friend. And just me being able to kind of like give her the right words of courage, to just power through. And then she was just asking me, like, how do you get through this, Mari? Like, how did you get through this, Mari? And I was just like, it's not easy. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. Like, if you need to cry, cry. Like, it is okay to cry. Like, if you need to go scream in a pillow, go scream in a pillow. Like, do whatever you need to do to feel your emotions. And I think one thing that I had to learn was to really just overall, like, feel the hurt. Like you have to feel it. Like yes, it hurts. It's painful. It's not easy, but you have to literally feel it in order to get through it. You have to. And I think when you try to avoid what you're going through, or you try to like do things like drink or smoke to distract you from what you're going through, it's going to turn you into a bad person. And I think that's how, like, a little bit about like how narcissists even come about, because they literally are unhealed people. I really don't know. I don't know, but I just know they're terrible people. That's one thing I do know. And it's almost scary. And I think just where I was struggling really bad, because I'm so fucking empathetic, y'all, that to the point where when I went through the breakup, even though like I was put through so much and I like had to take the fucking shit into the stick, I felt like I still cared about that individual, because I think so farther than just you being my partner or us being in a relationship. I think so much farther than that. I was just thinking like, okay, this person is so fucking damaged that like I'm kind of scared of where he may end up. Like that's just how far I was thinking. But in a sense, like, also like, where your soul is going. Like we all have to face God, and I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. And people can say what the fuck they want to say about me. Um, but God knows my heart at the end of the day. And I think people forget, like, sin is sin and stuff like that. But intention is everything. Intention is everything. I think you are really like when you face God, like it all really boils down to your heart, yes, your sins, yes, but also like your intentions. Like how were your intentions living in the world? How did you show up for people? How did you treat other people? Like it's farther, it's deeper than that. And I think that's why I like was so like fucked up about it. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. But I just don't wish that pain on my worst enemy. I just it's not easy, basically. I think this is just a great follow-up video for it. I just really had to just take one day at a time. And I said journaling and stuff in the video, like, journal all my thoughts. That's important, it is, but some of that stuff may not work for everybody. Everybody's different, everybody grieves differently, everybody heals differently, everybody feels differently. So journaling some days wouldn't work for me. And that's why, like in the first clip, whenever I was crying and stuff like that at work, people will literally say on social media, like, how could you record yourself crying? But it's like in that moment, that was not purposely done. I was literally like talking to one of my close friends, and he was like, you know what, Mari, another thing that can help you is really like, the voice memos, like talk to yourself on there, or just like record yourself, and you don't even have to share. Like you can keep it and look back at it like 10 years later. And so while editing the video, I was going through my camera roll trying to find something, and I ended up coming across that video, and I'm like, you know what, this is kind of good to put in the beginning of my podcast video, because it kind of aligns with what I'm talking about. So that's how I even came about posting that clip. But I'm not the type of person to post myself crying. Like if I'm just crying on a YouTube video, shit, I'm just crying. Like, it is what it is. It ain't no faking, no fucking crying. But I'm a very like I'm a sensitive person. Like I know I said that, but I'm sensitive as fuck. Like any little thing hurts my feelings. Like people, the way people will treat you, the way people will like do any of that, like that shit just like shit be hurting. Shit just be hurting. And that's why like I'm telling y'all, I'm in a season of really focusing on me becoming the best version of myself. And I feel like I still have stuff, like I have a lot of work to do within myself. So I don't think I'm not gonna say I'm not ready for somebody. It's just that's not on my bucket list. Like if it happens, they say let love find you. So if it happens, it just happens. I'm just not out here looking like branched off looking for a specific person. Like I'm just not. I feel like I still have a lot of work to do within myself. Just trying to get my relationship with God like 100%, and then it's almost there. I'm working on a lot of different things. But the good outcome of it is like, I wasn't close with God before I got into that relationship, and now I'm so much closer. So it's just like it's pros and cons to stuff happening in your life. Like you just have to appreciate it at the end of the day, because we all go through shit. So yeah, I'll just never let a motherfucker play with me and play with my heart, play with my time anymore. Um, you can be a good person, you can be an empathetic person, but don't let motherfuckers play with you. Don't let motherfuckers play with you. And I think like I didn't want sympathy posting that video. I just did it. And I could have said so much more. Like that was just like the whole little, I guess, 40% of it all. But like so much shit happened. And like I stood up for myself. Motherfuckers know, like, I'm sensitive, I'm emotional, I'm in tune with my emotions, but I'm also a stand up motherfucker. And a lot of people know that about me. A lot of people have always known Mari to have a slick mouth, Mari to have like a stand up behavior because I don't tolerate bullshit. That's one thing about me. You know, it's peace over everything. Yes, peace comes first. Yes, that's the mature side of us. That's the soft side of us. That's the empathetic side of us. But when it all boils down to defending yourself, you got to do what you got to do. So that's why I say, like, I was not perfect in the relationship. I was not perfect at all. You know, there was times where, I said stuff out of line, but when you're provoked, when you're saying stuff out of anger, like that's bound to happen. And I just had to stop beating myself up with some of the shit that I did or some of the shit that I said. Like, but moving on, this is like the last video I'm gonna like. I think more videos as they come, like a lot of stuff will be able to tie into whatever I've gone through. But like, this is the last time I'm gonna really be speaking, I guess, about the whole situation for real, for real. Um, but hey, shit is what it is. I'm just, I'm blessed. Like, I really want to say, like, I'm just super blessed. Like, God has just really carried me through. And yes, during that time, like, I do feel like I had to pick up myself and wipe my own tears. But also, like, God was really there for me. Like, God really helped me through, like, the times where I just wanted to give up. Like, moving 7 hours away and thinking, like, my life, I wasn't thinking my life was going to just immediately change with a snap, but I was thinking shit was gonna get better. But I guess you gotta go through the ugly before it gets better, before it gets pretty. So I think, that's just what happened my first 6 months. But like, I'm just blessed. Like, God really be there for you. And, God is everything. If it's nothing else, like if you have nobody else to talk to God if you believe in God. Like, God has just really never disappointed me. And I think He has favor over my life. And I just think that's why I'm here today because of God. Like, I went through so much stuff. Like, could have been going a long time ago, but God has me here. I have a purpose, and I just want to do the right things. I'm gonna do right by people. Be very intentional with what I do, um, and like just relearn this version of myself. I'm happy. Like, I'm happy that I'm in this type of space, and I think I've always done right by people. I just think maybe I just wasn't like as intentional as I am now. I think the older you get, the wiser you become. And so, yeah, but I am not gonna make this video 50 minutes like last time. I'm gonna cut it short, but hopefully this was just a good follow-up video. Hopefully I wasn't all over the place, but shit, I gotta make this content. I gotta put this content out. So I hope you guys stay tuned for everything for real, for real. And once again, thank you to everybody who's just been supporting me, everybody who's just showing love, even showing love privately. But I do want to say, like, start commenting on my videos. Like, the views be viewing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, people click and the views be viewing, so they speak for itself. But I do want people to start commenting, show love, show support, and just keep rocking with me, y'all. I have so much more content coming. And then when the people come on, like when I start doing like collabs and stuff, like it's gonna get better than that. It's gonna get really, really interesting. Like I said, I've been working on a lot of different things behind the scenes. So just stay tuned, honestly. And yeah, I love whoever loves me. It's peace over everything forever. Choose peace. And also at the end of each podcast video, I'm always gonna leave you guys with two motivational statements. And one is going to be the pure motivational statement, and one is going to be unfiltered. So, the first motivational statement I'm going to leave you guys with today is going to be pure. And I just want to say, keep going no matter what. Keep going, always keep going. Always believe in yourself, even when it feels heavy, even when life feels heavy, or you feel like you just want to give up. Keep going. God has a plan for you. Just keep going no matter what. Don't let people discourage you. Don't let people belittle you. Don't let people bring you down. And just keep going, even when life feels heavy. Just keep going. The unfiltered motivational statement that I want to leave with you guys today is crash the fuck out. Like, if you need to crash the fuck out on people, crash the fuck out, but do it gracefully. Do it without the intent of having to harm yourself or harm anybody else. But if you need to fucking crash out on somebody or just crash out in general, crash the fuck out. Like sometimes you just got to crash out. You have to just let it out somehow. But long as you're not harming anybody, long as you're not hurting anybody or harming yourself, crash the fuck out. Like sometimes you have to crash out. Like sometimes you gotta choose peace and sometimes you gotta choose, I ain't gonna say it, but yeah, y'all. I love whoever loves me. Like this video, please comment and subscribe and stay tuned for what's next. And yeah, see you guys later.